Good morning, my people. You're welcome to today's political broadcast. Today is the 4th of August, 2025, and we are still discussing Nigerian politics. I have a very important question to ask this morning. Between Peter Obi and Goodluck Jonathan, who is the best candidate that can beat President Bola Ahmed Tinubu come 2027 presidential elections? I repeat, between Peter Obi and former President Goodluck Jonathan, who is that candidate that can beat President Bola Ahmed Tinubu come 2027? Remember, you need a coalition to beat President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the APC. The APC constituted under Tinubu now. You only need a coalition. Northern Nigeria, considering Southern Presidency, it seems they prefer a Jonathan, because it is clear that Jonathan will only run for one term constitutionally. Peter Obi just yesterday said that I vow that it is only one term that I will do. So what is going on with the coalition? I saw a Peter Obi and Jonathan having a discussion. So what is the coalition cooking as we speak? So if you're watching this broadcast between Peter Obi and Goodluck Jonathan, who do you think can beat President Bola Ahmed Tinubu? Remember, the APC under Tinubu is ruthless. The APC under Tinubu is not preparing for free and fair elections. The APC under Tinubu, their motto, their ideology is snatch it, grab it, and run away with it. So between Jonathan and a Peter Obi, who do you think can muzzle the support of Nigerians, generally from north, south, east, and west, to beat President Bola Ahmed Tinubu? For those that are saying that Jonathan is not eligible to contest, for those, let me clear your doubts this morning, okay? Let's look at this. This is report. Some APC members in 2022 brought a case to disqualify Jonathan. In 2022, APC members, no be today APC don't fear Jonathan presidency. So 2022, they took him to court based on term limits that Jonathan cannot serve as president. He has served as president before. President Buharis signed a constitutional amendment in 2018 seeking to bar vice presidents from serving more than one full term in event of succeeding a president through death, impairment, or ill health, a hurdle which Jonathan had to clear. The court had cleared Jonathan from this constitutional amendment of Buhari. I don't know why Buhari did such. You know, he was very sick. So maybe he had to go and amend it. Any vice president that succeeds his oga will not serve more than one term. That is the amendment. But APC took Jonathan to court, asking the court whether Jonathan, based on this constitutional amendment, can join the 2023 presidential race. But look, what did the court say? The court said that the new amendment was not binding on Jonathan. If the court had said it was binding, Jonathan would have been deemed to have done 8 years in office and therefore not qualified to contest election as president of Nigeria. Okay? So this is clear that Jonathan can still run for one term. So if you're having this in your mind, that we know that Buhari did an amendment, but this is not binding on Jonathan. If it were to be binding on Jonathan, that means he has done 8 years. Jonathan has not done 8 years. So from Buhari moving on, any vice president that takes over from his boss, whether ailment or whatever, incapacitation, he cannot run more than one term. So it is not binding on Jonathan, because Jonathan as a president at that point in time did 4 years. So it is clear that Jonathan can run elections. I don't know what Jonathan is doing with the coalition. PDP, one of the most confused parties, have asked for Peter Obi's hand. It's like they are looking for a wife. They are seeking to talk with Peter Obi. They are even carrying propaganda that they have discussed with Peter Obi. The same PDP, they are seeking Jonathan. You see, I think the PDP, at the end of the day, will endorse President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Everybody knows, or there's this perception that PDP is working for the APC. There's also this perception that a faction of the Labour Party is working for the APC. That is why I have said anybody that wants to beat President Bola Ahmed Tinubu must be part of a coalition. So now between Peter Obi and Jonathan, who would Northern Nigeria willingly support? Let me start with Jonathan. Well, like I said, Jonathan is still eligible to contest for elections 2027. And it seems Jonathan is interested. It seems Jonathan is interested. When Jonathan's wife said that my husband is not this, is not that, I noticed something. They now have to introduce Jonathan's second wife. The first wife made that statement few weeks after they introduced that Jonathan had a second wife. I don't know what kind of politics they are playing. Are they trying to tell us that this guy may be interested? The first wife, they can jettison the first wife. The second wife will be the next if he perhaps wins any presidential election or he becomes the president of Nigeria. They are introducing the second woman. So it seems Jonathan may be interested. We have reports that Jonathan is seeking for conditions to contest under the coalition. I repeat again, you cannot be the APC without a coalition. That one is point blank. There's no going back. So Jonathan, speaking to the coalition, is saying that I have my conditions for you, for me to agree to be part and parcel of this coalition. Okay? Now, between Peter Obi and Jonathan, Northern Nigeria is likely to support a Jonathan wholeheartedly. Northern Nigeria is likely to support Jonathan wholeheartedly. Let me tell you one thing. Southern Nigeria can never win elections without Northern Nigeria. Northern Nigeria cannot win elections without Southern Nigeria. So, two of them are very, very important in the scheme of things. You see the APC. APC cannot win with just Southwest structures now. Tinubu cannot win with Southwest structures. That is why they have to enter into Northern Nigeria, find who and who that is willing to bribe and collapse structure and whatever it is. I saw the Emir of Daura shouting Tinubu, 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 Tinubu. The way he was saying Tinubu, that means some of these guys can be bought in Northern Nigeria. So each North and South, they need themselves. So Northern Nigeria is very important in this scheme of things. They gave Tinubu the victory 2027. Some Northerners will come out and tell you that Tinubu, where will he see the votes to win 2027? They gave Tinubu more than 5 million votes. Out of his 8 million votes, more than 5 came from Northern Nigeria. That's why the fact that they cut and join. Northern Nigeria gave him like that vote. Northern Nigeria is not willing to give such a vote to Tinubu come 2027. So Northern Nigeria will support a Jonathan wholeheartedly because they know that constitutionally he's limited to 4 years. And he's somebody that Tinubu carry his propaganda, lie on Nigerians, push Nigerians to different, said a lot of things about Jonathan. The APC under Tinubu promised a lot of things when they were campaigning against Jonathan. They went to Ojota and did a lot of things. Nigerians, their eyes have now opened that it was a sabotage. Even Fayemi confirmed it that what we did against Jonathan was a propaganda. That is why till today, I'm not seeing Fayemi on the side of Tinubu. Maybe because of that statement, I'm not sure. But Fayemi confirmed it that what we did against Jonathan. So that sentiment, Jonathan he will use it to gain support from Northern Nigeria. This is my own perspective. If Jonathan agrees to run for presidency, my brother, the victory APC will be shaking. APC will be shaking big time. If Jonathan agrees that, okay, I am running, APC would... If you look at many comments from Nigerians, they believe that APC is depending on INEC to rig elections. APC has no base, no structure, actually, to win elections. Like I said, people that are, you see that are showing loyalty to the APC, it is because of money. These guys are not true. They are not true to supporting Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Bola Ahmed Tinubu's support is in the Southwest as one of the people he has built over the years. And even those he has built, they can turn on him at any point in time. The structure that Bola Ahmed Tinubu built over the years was monetary. Yes, monetary most of the time. Because how can an Aregbesola, how can an Ambody, as much as, how would they just turn on him like that? If Tinubu is no more today, you now know who and who is genuinely following President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the Southwest. So that one aside, an average Nigerian voter believes that the APC, their own is to come and rig elections. They don't get time to start to explain for anybody, to shalaye for anybody, not to come rig elections. So as it stands, if a Jonathan is in the ring, my brother, both Southeast, both Southwest, APC's votes would see the speculation, the projections will change drastically. I believe in a Jonathan. Why? Because of he will become the person that will expose the hypocrisy of the APC from the onset. Jonathan will remind Nigerians how Tinubu deceived Nigerians bringing in Buhari. He will now start reminding Nigerians of how they were lying to us. All the videos, all the reports, all the clips of APC promising Nigerians this and that. Tinubu saying Buhari is the this, Buhari is that. It will force the APC, it will force Nigerians to go memory lane. Buhari was not really, Jonathan was better, things were better. Those sentiments and propaganda, North go carry for their head. Southeast go carry for their head. South go carry for their head. Those that are saying we don't want Jonathan, those ones, they are political jobbers. Like I tell you, some of these people that are coming online to comment on social media, they're not there for streets. They are not on the streets. Even some APC people, that they say they have grassroots, they know what is going on the street. They know that without using money to buy voters, no show for them. They know that one is clear. Nobody is dragging down on them. They are not on the street to know. So a Jonathan presidency, street go run crazy. Ordinary a P2B, you see obedient movement inside APC. Bless you, I never know anything. Obedient movement inside the APC. Obedient movement everywhere. You see, the obedient movement is different from Labour Party. It's even beyond the Peter Obi. I'm telling you, obedient movement. They are even telling Peter Obi, if you mess up, we are going to focus on Donald Duke. This is a movement of Nigerians willing for a change, wanting for a change, not supporting the current status quo. That is the obedient movement. So, like I said, if Jonathan dare run, lockdown, South, all the governors, they will now have to resort to violence, intimidation, and rigging. APC has no basis of winning elections. Instead of the APC media team, as many as they are, instead of them to communicate what the president is doing, help Nigerians understand what the president is doing, because the president is actually doing a lot of things, but they cannot communicate. And they call themselves media people, communication, whatever team. If they make me a media person, I know the way I can communicate. Don't underestimate anybody. I look at these men, maybe their own PA, they are not giving them the reality, the feedback, or is it that they have an agenda to focus on just a P2B or this and that? Maybe that is their aim, because these guys are veterans in the media space. So I don't know why they are not really taking advantage of the fact that they need to communicate to Nigerians. Instead, they are facing some. They think they are winning the people. No, they are using bigotry to win some Southwest voters. That is what they are doing. They are not winning Nigerians. They are using bigotry. They use bigotry. They use divisionary tactics. They use propaganda. They use blackmail to paint the opponent bad, instead of them to focus on what Tinubu is doing and assuring Nigerians. Because the same Nigerians, we know that most of them, they can sell their vote at the end of the day. But genuinely, if there's an election that will be conducted under this administration, you know that those people that are using all those things, if they have an opportunity, they will not even vote for you. So what the media team should have been doing is communicating the achievements of the president, but yet they are just doing something different. So on the street, if Jonathan is there, North is not locked down, you see, say so many people with the camp. I'm telling you, Jonathan has something that no other president. Jonathan can have that support that P2B has and Buhari has. like natural support if he runs in for president. And if he's not doing all those smash what they do when he become all those no, if he doesn't do that, if he's so emphatic, if he's coming out straight, but I know say Tinubu and co, if Jonathan come out, they're going to enter the manu. See, these people that are your politicians, they are not human beings, so they don't think like you. They don't reason like you. You think they reason like you. They are all after power. And power is, like I said before, somebody that has money, a wealthy man has money. He just has money. He doesn't have power. How can he have power? He will be able to acquire power when he uses his wealth to control people, to do his bidding. The politicians will make Nigerians poor so that they can control them. That is power. If politicians are wealthy, Nigerians are in abject poverty, whatever the politicians say they should do, they will do. Even on their sick bed. It is not strength, it is not physical strength. It is when they have used some poverty. Nigerians, what these politicians, like I said, they are not human beings. So if Tinubu can go extra length to make sure that they cripple all these guys, they cripple them left, right, center. That is the Jonathan presidency. Now, a PWP presidency is much more better for me personally than an Atiku presidency. The APC does not see Atiku as a threat. Like I said, on these streets, we have analyzed everything. We have looked at everything critically. If Atiku runs today and there is an issue with the obedient movement supporting the Atiku admission, my brother, there's a very big problem. Very big problem. I'm telling you, even among Northerners, most people do not want Atiku. Just because let us follow the whole thing as the thing they go more, just may not be like saying now will be bad people. Even Atiku, if Atiku does not become president 2027, even in that ADC, some persons will fight him. What did Erufai say about Atiku some years ago? Because of politics, Erufai is telling Nigerians, please forgive me from bringing this government here. I want to retrace my steps. You talk today, tomorrow, you change tomorrow. The same people go fight Atiku for presidency 2031. You go see. They will challenge Atiku, he's old, he's this. They will not remember what Atiku has done. Because I've asked this question. What is the difference between Atiku-led ADC and Tinubu-led APC? What is different? So a P2B presidency is, for me, is much more better, much more at least attainable. Even though, if Northern Nigeria, no Northern Nigeria would not naturally want to support the P2B like they will support the Jonathan. I tell you. They will not naturally want to support the P2B like they will support the Jonathan. Because we know that Northern Nigeria, it is their own interest first. Northern Nigeria that are saying, let's talk about capacity. Those that are willing, forget about North and South to turn. It is not turn of North and turn of South. When it is 2031. Now that's how you go say, Northern politicians, their hypocrisy not be here. They are just doing as if say, we forget about South, forget about Northern presidency. When it is 2031, now that time you go say these people know what they are doing. When it is 2031, your eyes go come clear. Say these people, they are playing everybody. They are saying Obasanjo did 8 years. Jonathan did 6 years, that is 14 years. Look at their calculation. That is 2 Southern presidency. Obasanjo and Jonathan. Obasanjo 8, Jonathan 6. Okay, 14 years. Yar'Adua did 2 years. Then who again? Buhari did 8 years, that is 10. Tinubu has done 4 years, that is 14. Tinubu has done 4 years. 4 years plus the 14 of Jonathan and Obasanjo, that is 18. South has 18 years, North has 10 years. So they are telling us that it should be a Northern Nigeria, Northern politician, Northern presidency 2027 because South has done 18 years. Not okay. When you were doing military leadership, why didn't you people count it? It is military regime. Okay, we are still on this Southern presidency. Not safe. Some elements of some stakeholders in the North have gotten the memo. Southern presidency is it. What PDP and Labour Party they are trying to do is to divert the attention, confuse these candidates. That is what they are trying to do. To just confuse them. Especially a P2B. A P2B. If you talk, say, President Jonathan will stop Jonathan. I don't tell you, say they don't introduce the second wife. That one now go become ear of the nation, first lady. So that sentiment of President Jonathan have said it now, that Jonathan will not run election now. No, that one has been put aside. And if you have this mindset of Jonathan cannot run again, I read a report 2022 whereby the APC took Jonathan to court that Jonathan is not eligible to run and contest for election. The court that now referred to 2018 that Buhari constitutional amendment, any vice president that is going to take over from his boss, maybe the president died or there's something that happened to the president, he can only do one term. So the court says this one no concern Jonathan. If the court is saying it concerns Jonathan, that means Jonathan must have done 8 years. But Jonathan, for your own tenure, don't do 4 years. So that one, he's eligible and well qualified to contest that election. Now the APC, they prefer an Atiku presidency than a Peter Obi or Jonathan presidency. The APC, I'm telling you. Festus Keyamo came and said something. He said the 3 factors that made Peter Obi president, the 3 factors that helped Peter Obi in 2023 would not be there to support Peter Obi if he becomes the vice president, a VP to Atiku. It will not be there if he becomes a VP to Atiku. So the APC know. Like even at what Keyamo is saying, see the demography, the things that are changing. Tomorrow, something that just happened. Everybody wants to support Tinubu. Next tomorrow, something that just happened. People want to support Atiku. Even next tomorrow, something that just happened. People will not want to support Peter Obi again. Things are changing. You cannot put down these things. But we know that we have people that have following. The obedient movement is fully behind Peter Obi. Tomorrow, if ADC announced their this and whatever, it can change. You can only speculate. It can change. So what is Keyamo saying? I think I have to read what Keyamo is saying. He said that, you see, one thing, Keyamo is, I think, is in charge of aviation. And what will ever make a Keyamo start, because he was a spokesperson of the APC before, what will make a Keyamo leave his aviation work and start talking about P2B and this? That means there's fire on the mountain. There were 3 demographics that delivered Peter Obi 6 million votes in 2023. All of these will collapse if Peter Obi is made deputy to Atiku. The Christian demography will pull out, and the Southeast that supports Peter Obi will also pull out once it's Atiku. That is from Festus Keyamo. Let's keep on watching what's going on. May God help Nigerians.